Yo, what is up guys? It's Tommy Floria with another weather video, and today we're going to be looking at the activity in the tropics because it is very active right now, as it is actually the peak of Atlantic hurricane season, so there's a lot of stuff going on. So let's take a look. So first I want to start off with some vorticity, so just to see like some potential disturbances. So we have a development system, low pressure that's forecast to form off the Bahamas, off the coast of Florida. So I'm interested in that. So we'll see. So the first thing we see is this disturbance that's forecast to move off the Gulf of Mexico down here, and as we can see, it gets more confined and it moves towards Texas. And this new latest GFS around the 18Z actually makes it have landfall in Louisiana, which I mean would be a pretty bad case scenario because they already got hit with Ida not too long ago, even though it would only be like a tropical storm. Because I mean, if we look at the millibars on the precip, it's like, hold up, 1,005. Like that's like a low end tropical storm, maybe 45 to 50 miles per hour. So nothing too serious. I'm sure they're used to it, but still would be good in terms of rainfall. And then we see the thing off the Bahamas start to do something. It looks pretty disorganized, and you can see it kind of gets a nice confined center, and it kind of gets stronger as it moves up the coast. And it actually is off the coast of New Jersey at September 18th, and then it actually makes the landfall in the New York City metro area. And then this thing decides to pop up from off the coast of the Carolinas. This thing decides to pop up over here, and this looks like an Henri 2.0 in my opinion. I mean, look at this, guys. It goes up towards Rhode Island, then kind of does a turn and into New Jersey. Like, that is a extremely weird path. I don't recall the GFS having. Let's see if the 12Z had it. I guarantee it didn't. Let's see. Wait. Yeah, it didn't. This is wait. No, it didn't. Yeah, that's new. So I mean, at least with this thing, the first system that emerges from the Bahamas, I mean that's been like potent over the last 4 runs, so that's like miles are in agreement that it could happen. But like with that thing, I mean, yeah, that would be pretty interesting, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Especially the track, like that's such a weird track. It makes a beeline for like Massachusetts and Rhode Island, then it just does a western turn and just goes straight into the New Jersey coast. But I mean, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I mean, probably not, but we'll see. And then now I wanted to go to cyclocane, and so I can actually show you guys the area of development. So as we can see, if I zoom out a little, we have this one in the Gulf that has an 80% chance in the next 48 hours. So that's probably gonna do something tomorrow. That's probably gonna become Tropical Depression or Tropical Storm Nicholas, which will be pretty hype. And then we got this wave off Africa, which I mean, if you guys look at the GFS real quick, let me show you. Let me switch the regions, but if you look, it doesn't really have this turning into anything. That was hilarious. That looked pretty nice. But it kind of has it emerge, and then it kind of like you can see it's very disorganized. Like it's not very strong at all. And then it kind of just dissipates and does nothing. And you can see like Africa, like I mean, there's 2 tropical waves forecast to go off the coast, but they're not really doing anything. I mean, obviously the one on here, obviously the one right now that has a 50% chance of development in the next 48 hours and the 70% in the next 5 days. I mean, that's something you may have to watch out for, especially if it takes this southerly track. But again, we'll have to watch it. But like, I don't think the environmental conditions should be too conductive for like maintaining its strength once it goes farther into the Atlantic. But I mean, we'll see. You never know. But just to show you guys, look how insane this is. high, medium, low, low. So we have, obviously, I just talked about these two. Then we have another wave forecast to emerge off Africa. And then we have this thing off the Bahamas that, as you can see in the last 4 runs I just showed you, it has, it's been in this area because, I mean, it's moving northwest, like they said. So I'd say the two systems you guys should be watching if you're watching this, which you're probably not because I have, like, no viewers, but that's fine. But if you're in the Gulf, Texas, especially, let me zoom in for you guys. If Texas, like, if you live in Houston or anywhere along this coast where my cursor is, you definitely need to watch. I'd say even Louisiana, because this can make a more eastern turn. We don't really know yet, but this thing's gonna be a hard cookie to kind of forecast its strength because it can go, if it like hugs the coast to the west, it'll have potentially more land interaction and less time over the water, which means it won't strengthen as much. But like I said, if it takes that more eastern track and it kind of goes into Louisiana, it can probably become maybe a Category 1 hurricane because the water, um, the water is very warm during this time of year. I don't know what the wind shear or whatever it is looking like, or the dry air where it's at, but I mean, you never know. It is forecast to strengthen a little. And then, the second thing I'd watch as of now, in the next week, I'd say, is definitely this wave off Africa. I'm not Africa. The wave off of Florida. Not even, it's not a wave, it's a low pressure system. My bad. All these waves off Africa have got me, like, saying wave, wave, wave everywhere, but yeah, that thing off the Bahamas only has like a 20% chance in the next 5 days, but that may change, so we'll see. But yeah, as I showed you guys with the vorticity in the last couple of runs, it has it going in this area, so we'll see what happens with that. But all I'm saying is, Texas, Louisiana, be on the lookout. Even eastern Mexico over here, because you may get a strong tropical storm or something, and especially Louisiana, you don't need any more rain or wind at all. And definitely the Northeast. I mean, I know it's still a week out according to the models, but as they say, like, the last 4 runs have shown a potential impact around this circle. So when you see that, like, a run after run after run after run, all in the same area, that's a pretty good indication that the models are in agreement that it's gonna go somewhere in this area. I mean, obviously, it's still a week away, it can change, but just a heads up for you northeasters. But northeasters, but you know what I mean. So I guess one thing before I go is I guess we can take a look at some. Let me go back. Let's take a look at this Gulf storm. So let's take a look at some. You know what? Let's take a look at some dry air real quick. So I'm gonna look at the relative humidity. And actually, I wonder if I can get a better region. Hold up. All right, here we go. So I mean, you can see there's some moisture in the southern Gulf, some dry air to the north, but that's gonna make its way out as the storm comes. As you can see, a bunch of moisture just flows in from the south and is just thriving off the moisture. And then some dry air seems to pop in over here near landfall, so that might affect it a little, but I mean, like I said, it looks like a tropical storm, but like, you never know. Storms can rapidly intensify and stuff, so this is definitely something to watch. But yeah, and then let's look at the storm that's supposed to go up into the northeast. Yeah, look at all that moisture, and then yeah, it doesn't look like much dry air affecting that, but obviously, I mean, the waters to the north are colder. Again, I don't know what the wind shear is looking like, but it looks like it's not gonna be too strong, but just a heads up again. So that's gonna be all, guys. Thank you for watching, and stay safe out there. Peace.